Are we ready to go? Are we all ready to get talking about these crazy ass stories that are going on all over the world right now, particularly in the world of football? So, we're going to already dive into this, man. And there's been a lot of stuff that has come out over the past hours um, in regards to the man that we are going to first talk about here. And um, I'm going to preface everything by saying that we still need to see what happens at the end of the season, but I think this man's head has been completely turned to Real Madrid. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm glad you guys asked, right? So, we all know the ongoing transfer saga, the drama, the rumors about Enzo Fernandez now looking like he's basically all but set to leave Chelsea this summer. Um, Fabrizio Romano, as we pull over to Twitter here, everybody's favorite source for news now. Enzo Fernandez, I'd like to live in Madrid. It's a beautiful city. It reminds me of Buenos Aires. When asked about when asked by Spider Carp 23 about clubs there, ended up smiling and didn't comment. So the the interview and the clip that they are referring to is this right here. I'm going to play the clip anyway. I shouldn't get copyrighted for this, but I'm going to play the clip anyway. It is in Spanish, but I believe there are English translation. There is English subtitles on here.
Momento vas a volver.
Or not.
Sí, sí, quiero volver.
¿Querés volver?
Quiero volver. Y quiero volver bien también. Estando bien.
Volver Prime. ¿Y te gustaría vivir en otro país? Che, me gustaría también conocer, no sé, vivir en España, vivir en...
Sí, sí. Me gusta mucho Madrid.
¿Te gusta Madrid, che?
They basically asked him which cities in Madrid
Pareció Buenos
or
Aires.
which cities in Spain do you like,
¿Vivirías en Madrid?
and he said Madrid.
Ah, bueno.
Al Getafe.
Qué crudeza.
Al Getafe se puede ir.
Se puede ir tranquilo, sí, sí, sí.
Rayo Vallecano, la camiseta de arriba.
Rayo
El
Vallecano.
Rayo puede ser.
Claro.
¿Por qué no? El Atlético también.
Atlético.
Puede ser Atlético.
Donde Dios quiera, amigo. Vamos a ver.
Aparte, con el idioma estás. Porque
Ah.
inglés te vi, estás muerto.
Me defiendo, te dije.
No te defendés, gordo. Pedime.
Él me escucha más que a veces vamos a comer y eso.
A ver, soy
Posta.
I'm gonna put it to you guys like this. The guy here says, "Tell him, man, fuck this guy. This is embarrassing. He's taking it too far. Disrespectful." Hazard kept his mouth shut until the very last moment, even though things were happening behind the scenes. He should do the same. The difference with Eden Hazard is that he had already won something with us. Yeah, he won the Club World Cup and the Conference League, but is any Chelsea fan really saying that Enzo Fernandez is a better player than Eden Hazard? Or even accomplished more than what Eden Hazard did at Chelsea? Now, Enzo has won the World Cup. Eden Hazard never did. So you can have that on him. But people know Eden Hazard is one of the greatest players of this generation. You can say that there's about 15 or 20 midfielders better than Enzo Fernandez in this generation. You can't say that there's too many better left wingers than Eden Hazard. You really can't name a lot. That's just my opinion, because I feel like he's the greatest left winger in Premier League history. So you have to. I take that into account every single time. But is Enzo out? I think he's gone. I think at this point, when you're starting to not only just speak about where you like to live and all that stuff, and how similar it is to where you grew up or whatever, his head's already turned. And with the play that Chelsea are having right now, he's more than certain to get the move after the World Cup. And Chelsea would do anything for over 100 million, which is pathetic in my opinion. It's pathetic because you buy the guy to be the face of your project, and then you end up selling him because his head is turned, because a club with more ambition, probably the most successful club in the history of the sport. Of course, any player that has Real Madrid knocking at their door, their head's going to be turned, and they never really say no. Can you name me a player that's turned down going there? You just don't, right? It's the dream move for every footballer ever. One day I want to play in Madrid, not for Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. It's like that's what players want to do: play in the Champions League at the Bernabeu, right? Play against Barcelona in El Clasico. That's what players would want to go do. It's the most watched club game in the world. So, is he going to leave? It's like I said, man. Chelsea to get the Champions League. If they don't, then he's gone. After the World Cup, you're going to see David Ornstein hit the Ornstein a bomb or the dagger, whatever you call it for him. Fabrizio Romano will soon follow in behind that, and then you'll start seeing all the other journalists basically confirm that he's going to go to Madrid. What's the fee going to be? If I had to guess the transfer fee for him right now, it's going to be north of 110 million. Because the length of contract and Chelsea are going to want to try to make some money off of the transfer that they bought him for originally, 105 million, like it says right here. But I disagree that he overhits with too much power. I think a lot of the players just don't know how to read where the passes are going. And you see the frustration that a lot of the player that he has when certain players aren't making the runs, right? I feel like if you had Nico Jackson in the squad, he would be getting on the end of a lot of the line breaking passes that are supposedly overhit. And I'll speak on Adam Morton. Like I think Adam Morton is actually a really good midfielder. If we take a look at him, right? I mean, his passing is ridiculous. I've seen some passes this season from him that are just out of this world. Like shit like that is out of this world. We've seen Cole Palmer do those kind of things, right? The goal against Newcastle last year, where who's on the receiving end of that move? Nicholas Jackson, because Pedro Neto outruns whoever was playing at center half, and he gets the ball in the box, and we score. But we don't have that in behind threat at center forward right now. We just don't, right? So, but saying since this day, the 31st of January 2023, Chelsea Football Club never have been the same. No, they haven't been the same since they lost in Madrid in 2022, bro. Like, we need to start talking about that. We haven't seen Chelsea since, honestly. We really haven't. Every manager tried to cover his flaws, played him in every role and every system. Nothing. 100 million flop. Enzo Fernandez out. Hope Atletico come in for him. Madrid are getting Rodri, a real central midfielder. Maybe Madrid have enough money to get both, right? But if there's any team in the world right now that can probably use an upgrade at central midfield, because they really haven't replaced Modric or Kroos. Excuse me. Valverde is the only guy that's really a consistent, like, first team on the team sheet in that midfield. You bring in Enzo and you bring in a Rodri, that midfield would win the Spanish league, in my opinion, and definitely compete for the Champions League, because you need a solid midfield. Like, the best teams in the world, their midfield is solid. You got PSG, Arsenal's midfield is solid. Man City's midfield is solid, right? Bayern Munich's midfield is nice, right? These teams have good players in their midfield, and Chelsea have a good midfield. The problem is our defense is so shambolic that our midfielders are being put in positions where they do lose the ball, like Caicedo, like Enzo, like Lavia, like Santos, have all been put in positions by the back line or the goalkeeper where you're not able to actually do anything with the ball, and then you lose it in the worst area, and then you will get scored on. It's what happens. So, it's like I said, I think there's a 50-50 chance that he leaves, but at this point, if he's coming out and saying stuff like this, saying, what other city would you like to live in? In Madrid. I like Madrid very much. It's similar to where he's from. It's insane, bro. Like, when you have one of the people in your team that's one of the leaders and they're saying stuff like that, he's gone. He's gone. I'll be honest, I don't think Arsenal got scammed. I think Victor Gyökeres is starting to figure it out. But Enzo Fernandez isn't a flop, bro. Have you seen the state of affairs at the club since he's walked in the door? He came in when we were shit. And he's here and we're still shit. That's not on him. If you're blaming the past 4 years on him, then you're missing the big picture, bro. Like, you really are. Like, we didn't get scammed 105 million. We're wasting 105 million with the piss poor play we have on the pitch. And these owners don't understand that. The only one that actually gave a fuck was Todd Bowley, but now he's definitely taking a ginormous step back because he sees where like the real issue is, but he still needs to go too. You know? So, I don't know, man. Enzo Fernandez is constantly flirting with Real Madrid. Any other player would be getting destroyed by Chelsea fans. That's not captain behavior. If he wants to go, Madrid should pay up. Stop disturbing our peace. But is this more Enzo doing this, or is Madrid telling him, like, you probably need to start stirring shit up if you really want to go, because the length of your contract, man, it's going to be pretty tricky to pay 130 million for you. So you need to push for the move so we can get you at a reasonably good price. It's still going to be over 100 million. I said 110. Chelsea won 130. I think the middle ground will be 110 to 115 million. And that's what it's going to take to get Enzo to play in the white shirt. But if the owners say, if the protest goes well and stuff starts to move in the right direction and the owners sell and the new owners, they come in and they tell Enzo, no, you're on the contract out here. We're going to bring the players around you to make sure that you win stuff here. But everything has to go properly on the 18th. As long as the protest people are out there voicing their opinions, make sure that you don't purchase merchandise, all that stuff. You can get to a point where these owners are thinking, damn, our pockets are hurting. Damn, the investors are going to sit here and say, you know what? This may not be the right thing to put our money in. Now we're going to back out. Then once that happens, you're going to probably see a sale. They can sell. Eunice, Johnny Minerals, all these cats were doing a fantastic, I think it was like a 3 or 4 video series about how Blue Co can actually sell. They get a Strasbourg representative in there to basically tell them their side of things, right? Blue Co have to get out, you know, but is selling the club going to be enough to keep Enzo Fernandez? I think that's just going to be like, what the hell is going on here, man? Like, I came here with the ambition of wanting to win for this club. He said it himself. He wants to win the Premier League or the Champions League with Chelsea. But then you're over here saying you want to live in Madrid. It's like, you have to make up your mind, bro. Where do you really want to be? Do you want to win at Chelsea, or do you just want to leave it where it is and then get your dream move and then go play there? Which I wouldn't mind seeing, because he deserves to actually go to a club that actually wants to go do something, right? We can't be wasting a guy that's 25 years old and is about to enter the peak of his career, wasting it at a club that has no ambition, bro. So sell Enzo Fernandez, absolute mug. Like, honestly, why would you even say that? Just lie or say something different. No way. That was absolutely deliberate. I mean, he's not making himself look good, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't make himself look good there. For a guy that, now in the past, we've seen him point at the bat, point at his head, saying, I'm staying right here, guys. Like I had my head here, and then he ends up coming to Chelsea 2 days later. He's gonna come back against Man City or whoever else, and he scores, and he's gonna point to the badge, point to his head, say he's here, and then he's gonna end up being gone in the summer. So at the end of the day, Chelsea had to get into the Champions League to keep Enzo Fernandez. Otherwise, it's a wrap, bro. Otherwise, he ain't gonna be playing in London anymore. He'll be playing in Madrid, where they'll consistently be in the Champions League, in the running for the Spanish league. So he's gonna be set wherever he goes, honestly, because another club will come in with higher ambitions than Chelsea have, pay him the wages that he wants, and he's gone. And if he goes to Madrid, it's a Spanish-speaking country, or it's a Spanish-speaking city, rather, in a Spanish-speaking country. It'll feel just like home for him, honestly. So, but then again, not just Enzo Fernandez that we're talking about here, boys. Insane shit here. So now, now the sources that these are coming from, are we going to really say they're, the greatest sources? No. But I just found it pretty interesting. So could a blockbuster transfer be on the horizon? Now, I don't think any of this is true. I just like to read it to like start a conversation about the possibilities of this happening, right? Cole Palmer may consider leaving Chelsea this summer if the club fails to qualify for the Champions League. I had a short uploaded last night about if Chelsea don't get into, I don't think he leaves this summer. I think if it's next season, next summer transfer window, and Chelsea are in the same position they're in, struggling to get into the top four, knocked out, or they won't even be in Europe, right? He's going to look to get the hell out of there, right? Now, he may have a spectacular season, right? But Chelsea just may be in the dumps. According to the Sun, and it's not the most reliable source like the Sun, right? FC Bayern Munich is a potential hotspot for him. And honestly, that would be a great move for him. It would be a fantastic move. Have we seen what Harry Kane is doing out there right now? I keep saying Harry Kane might win the Ballon d'Or if he wins the Champions League and the World Cup this year, bro. Keep an eye on that. Mbappe has a strong case too. Sure, he went to Champions League and the World Cup. Yeah, Mbappe may actually get the Ballon d'Or, but pay attention to Harry Kane, man. I think he has a shot. But could Bayern Munich pull it off? If Chelsea struggle next season and there's an opportunity, and he makes it known that he's like not really as happy as he seems he is, then yeah, I think Bayern Munich can actually pull it off. It's gonna be a blockbuster transfer. It's probably one that will probably shatter their transfer record. I imagine. To bring in somebody from the Premier League into the Bundesliga for that money is insane. I don't think I've ever seen it. You're usually seeing it like the other way around. We saw it last summer. So I don't know, man. I mean, could Cole Palmer leave, bro? I don't think he's gonna leave, honestly. But you never know in this sport, and you never know what's really going on in his head. So it's possible, man. It's possible. It would be a horrific summer if Chelsea lose Enzo, Caicedo, and they don't use the money to actually get somebody. With this ownership, that's not going to happen. But they've labeled him untouchable. But they also labeled Enzo Fernandez untouchable too last year. But now all of a sudden he's available because his head is turned, because he said some stuff about Enzo Maresca, and he spoke about how the players just did not like the change in managers mid-season like that. Because what we have to remember here, guys, Enzo Maresca was building the identity. Was he the greatest manager in the world? No. But what he was doing was building himself up, along with building the team up at the same time. That was building the identity in the Premier League and in Europe, that you didn't want to play against them, especially the bigger teams, right? Arsenal found it difficult to play against us last season. Liverpool did too. Man City, Man United did. A lot of teams found it very difficult to play against us. Why? Because we played on the counter a lot more. I feel like when we're in possession, we're not as devastating, but when we're on the counterattack, you're asking us to make one or two quick passes up the pitch. I feel like we can do something like that. But when you're asking this team to actually break down a low block, I've seen youth teams do it better. Like, do people remember the passage of play against Newcastle for like 2 or 3 minutes where they're literally passing it around the freaking 18-yard box? Like, what are we doing not crossing the ball in? Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry, I thought I heard something outside with my girl and my kid. But anyway, give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. My daughter's not really feeling well right now, so her mom had to come in here and come grab some things. My bad. Anyway, um, geez, I forgot what the hell I was speaking on because that kind of discombobulated me a little bit. But anyway, um, another thing we need to actually talk about here is Tottenham Hotspur, bro. We all know what's going on with them, right? So we're gonna go ahead and read this. And Igor Tudor, man, has honestly been going through a lot in his personal life as well. And I don't think he deserved to even be at the job in the first place. He knew in the back of his mind some stuff was going on probably with in his family. So we can confirm that it's been mutually agreed that head coach Igor Tudor can to lead the club with immediate effect. His two assistants have also left their respective roles of goalkeeping coach and physical coach. We thank Igor Tudor, Tomislav, and Ricardo for their efforts during the past 6 weeks where they worked tirelessly. Yeah, they probably lost a lot of sleep too with how bad the team has been. An update on the head coach will be provided in due course. So who the hell do Tottenham go for, bro? Like, who do they go for, bro? Let's take a look at the comments here, man. I mean, what are Spurs fans talking about? Igor Tudor saying goodbye to the Spurs squad. that that's great. I mean, listen, he may be the guy. Maybe it might be Harry Redknapp too. You never really know. I think it's gonna be. They have to get somebody in there before like their next game. EFL Championship 27-28. Spurs finishing top with 14 with 72 points. Middlesbrough with 70. So you're saying that they would come straight up? No. This means that they're down, right? Yeah. it means they didn't get out of the first season. Yeah, I'm saying that they're not going to get promoted right away. I don't think so. If they get relegated, I don't think they come straight up. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, there was clear progress under Tudor. He was dealt a horrendous hand. If he was brought in 3 months earlier, it would have worked. Great guy, very likable. Condolences to Igor and his family. I mean, yeah, I mean he lost his dad, man. So I mean, I've lost my dad. Like I know how it feels. So it's not easy, man. So my prayers are out to him. I hope everything can turn around for you soon, bro. Because losing a parent sucks. Trust me. I think about it a lot. But anyway, I wonder how Chelsea would try to spin it if Enzo left. We were sold this idea of this young team growing together until their peak years. He's 25, so about to enter his prime years, like I said. Whether you rate him or not, it's a terrible look for an already dead project, it seems. I mean, honestly, bro, he was supposed to be like the face of the project. Now the face of the project is basically saying, I want out. I want to live in Madrid. I want to go to Madrid. This is what you get for producing mediocrity over the past 4 years. You get a guy that is fresh off winning the World Cup, and then he's coming to a club in his head like, oh shit, it's Chelsea Football Club. You know, this team is always in the Champions League, always winning silverware. When I was growing up, I was always seeing them in the Champions League, like winning the Premier League title. Now he's come to the club and experienced none of that. Yes, he's won 2 pieces of silverware. Cool. But it's like we all know what Chelsea fans want to lift. We lifted the Champions League, what, we're now going on 5 years ago? The Premier League, we're going on a decade now. And it's making me sick saying that. Honestly, because it's inexcusable to be in a drought for this long. We're so far off of Arsenal, Man City right now, even Manchester United at this point. The top 3, we're so far off. It's crazy. And who would have said this about Manchester United, bro? Right? Manchester United right now are playing like a team that wants to get back to the glory years of when they were winning Premier League titles and winning the Champions League. Like, Michael Carrick has figured a way to take the shackles off of these players because Ruben Amorim had a torrid time trying to get these players to play in that 3-4-3 system or whatever he was trying to get out there for them, bro. And it just wasn't working. Bruno Fernandez was looking frustrated. You know, Marcus Rashford at the time couldn't get game time. Rasmus Højlund was looking like one of the worst strikers to come through the Premier League. Wasn't scoring goals, right? Then Michael Carrick, he steps in and look at the turnaround this team has had. If we take a look at the table, bro, right? If we take a look at the table, man, like there's no excuse, bro. With the squad that Chelsea actually have, they should, like, on paper, this team should be a top 4 team. But they're playing like they want to be in 9th. I think they're going to finish 9th overall. Why? Because I don't see a turnaround this season at all. I just don't see it. I want to be proven wrong because I want to see my team do well. I want to see Chelsea play well, bro. It makes my mental feel so great, bro, when this team is actually clicking on all cylinders, man. Honestly, because they're a joy to watch, man. Like, they really are. Like, when they're actually playing well, no Chelsea fan, I will tell you, they don't want to get by. Like, these fans want to get behind these players so bad, but the only thing stopping that from happening is the people running the fucking football club, bro. That's really what is coming down to, right? So Chelsea right now are sitting on 48 points, right? Man United are 7 points above us. People would have laughed if you would have said Man United would finish above Chelsea this season. I was one of those people. I would have laughed. But the turnaround they have had has been exceptional. Exceptional, bro. Right? going on, they've won 15 games in the league and they've only lost 6 times, man. And just for me, I look at losses I look at the loss column very, very closely because in 31 games to lose 6 games, that's exceptional. Yeah, they've drawn 10 times, but Arsenal have drawn 7. Man City have drawn 7, right? And honestly, Man United are a couple results away from catching up to Man City. Is Man United going to finish above Man City in the league? Well, that depends if they get that point deduction now, but I don't think they'll I don't think the Premier League is going to actually relegate Man City. I think they're going to do something to keep them just above the relegation zone. So I'm thinking like a 30, 35 point max is what I'm looking at here. I don't think it's going to be 60. If it's 60, then they're fucked. They're fucked. Players are going to want out. Pep's definitely leaving. And then you don't know who's going to end up taking the job at Man City. But honestly, man, I mean, our next game is against Man City. Are we winning that? No. We had 9 losses all of last season, bro. We're going to probably... Give me a second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. A lot of stuff's going on with my daughter right now, but Mama Bear's handling it. Anyways, going back to the Premier League table, man. I mean, Chelsea, in a way, bro. Lee Mercini is still going to be in charge. I don't know if Chelsea are going to win more than 2 more games this season. And I'm looking at a record of they probably do win 2 more games. I think they finish off with the final point total of about 56 points, which is not going to be good enough to get into the top 4, which means Chelsea are going to finish outside of the top 4. And with that point total, I think they even finish outside of the top 8. I just think we're in a world of trouble. Anyway, yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm getting distracted a lot because people are not feeling well in the house, sadly. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get off, guys. I'm not really focused right now. A lot of stuff just happened, so